Alright, welcome back for another No-Gi Driller's Guide session. And this time we have Brandon. And Brandon today wanted to work again a little bit on the knee cut positioning, the headquarters, and leg weaving. And he's worked this a few times, but it's just one of those things that he just wants to keep getting better at it. And, you know, of course, that's the biggest thing with this No-Gi Driller's Guide. As whoever's part of it, you should come back to the same thing over and over and over again, and then eventually what would be nice is somehow for us to put it all together so that you know, like the viewers could watch the beginning of where it started, and then, you know, like 3 months later, a year later, whatever the case is, you could see like how far Brandon or Austin or myself has come and whatever the series is. So, like, you know, Austin's been drilling a lot of barambolos, Brandon's been drilling a lot of barambolos and guard passing. And, you know, maybe by episode 3, 4, 5 of their drilling session, there'll be a huge difference in their confidence and the way that they move and use their body. But the big thing is Brandon, he still struggles a little bit with how to use his hips, how to balance his hips. You know, a lot of like Bruno's really good at this, where you do a lot of leg floating, and you've got to learn how to make your body kind of like essentially float, and you got to learn how to make sure that you know how to use your hips and balance your hips and your posture and everything when you're passing. Because if you don't, you're not going to have the pressure that you need to have. Like right here, Brandon shouldn't have his leg through there. It should be back behind. You don't want to be playing with the leg weavement and getting into knee bars or leg locks. But you've got to trust your body that it needs to have a balance. So what I mean with that is, if your head's leaning over way too far, right, Brandon's just going to get over the head swept, right? If Brandon's posture is leaning too far back, he's going to get knocked backwards. If Brandon's posture is leaning one leg or the other leg too much, then if I take out that leg that's putting all the pressure and the weight on it, he essentially loses his entire base. So learning to be able to distribute your base in all directions is like probably the hardest thing for me to teach anybody. But it's like practice. I put myself in the headquarters position and just tried to see all the different variables that could happen to me so that I could be able to have confidence in my base and my posture to know that I'm not just going to immediately fall or lose my positioning. And it's still, you know, it still makes mistakes. So it's one of those things that it's hard to drill. It's one of those things that it's drilling's a great tool, but you also have to constantly like be putting it in the fire and testing it if you want to make sure that you're getting the highest level possible. So I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for more episodes in the future.